Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make beautiful jelly fruit cake. We'll make a delicate vanilla sponge cake filled with delightful cream cheese frosting with white chocolate and yummy fruits, and of course we'll decorate the cake with jelly and tons of fruits. This decor is gaining popularity and it's similar to an island cake with jelly. If you haven't seen my island cake tutorial yet, be sure to check it out. I'll leave the link below this video. Before starting to make the cake, we'll need to prepare a baking pan. I will use an 8-inch baking ring. This ring is high enough and the baked sponge cake can be divided into 3 cake layers. I used a piece of parchment paper and foil to cover one side of the ring. Try as best as you can to attach the foil to the ring so that the cake dough doesn't leak out. Also, preheat the oven to 340 degrees Fahrenheit. To make the dough, we'll need sifted flour, baking powder, salt, eggs, sugar, butter, and milk. The exact amount of ingredients can be found below this video. Add baking powder to the flour, mix well and set aside. In a stand mixer bowl, combine the eggs, salt, and sugar. Beat the eggs on medium-high speed until they are light and fluffy for about 5 to 7 minutes. While the eggs are beating, add the butter to the milk and heat until the butter is completely melted. I'm using a microwave, but you can do it in a saucepan using the stove top. Meanwhile, our eggs were beaten and mixture increased in volume and brightened. Next, add the dry ingredients and gently mix it with a spatula. When the dry ingredients are incorporated, add the hot mixture of butter and milk and keep mixing gently with a spatula. Place the prepared baking ring on a baking sheet and pour the dough into the ring. Bake at 340 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 to 35 minutes. Check the readiness of the cake with a screw or toothpick. The screw inserted into the cake should come out dry. Let the cake cool in the baking ring for about 10 minutes or so, then with a sharp knife slice between the cake and the baking ring. Take the ring off, invert the cake, and carefully take off the parchment paper and foil from the bottom. Let the cake cool. When the cake is warm to the touch, cover it with plastic wrap and refrigerate for a minimum of 2 to 4 hours or overnight. For my cake fruits filling, I will use sliced kiwi and canned mandarin oranges. I drained the mandarin juice and will soak the cake layers with it. My cake is chilled and now we can start to make the frosting. To make the frosting, we'll need cold cream cheese, white chocolate, powdered sugar, vanilla extract, and cold heavy whipping cream. Start by microwaving the chocolate for 20 seconds, then take the bowl out and give it a stir. Place the bowl back in the microwave and repeat the process of cooking for another 20 seconds, stopping, stirring, and returning it to the microwave until the chocolate has melted. Set aside to cool down. Place the cream cheese in a large mixing bowl and add powdered sugar. Mix with a spatula to soften the cheese and combine the ingredients. Using a hand mixer, beat the mixture for a couple of minutes. Add vanilla extract and melted chocolate. Using a hand mixer, beat the mixture again until it's all combined well. Add the whipping cream and beat again until the cream cheese filling thickens. Don't overbeat the mixture. In a separate bowl, put aside a third of the filling. Cover with plastic wrap and refrigerate until decorating the cake. Using a cake leveler or bread knife, divide the cake into 3 layers. Place the first cake layer on the serving plate or cake board and soak with the preserved juice from the mandarin oranges. If you don't use any canned fruits, you can make a simple syrup for soaking the cake. In a saucepan, combine water and sugar, boil it for a minute, then transfer to a bowl and let it cool to room temperature. I'll leave the exact amount of ingredients below this video. Put the adjustable baking ring around the first cake layer. Place the cake color inside the ring and adjust the ring so that it fits tight around the cake. Spread about a fourth of the filling on top of the cake. For my convenience, I put the filling in a pastry bag, but this can be done with a spoon or spatula. Place an even layer of sliced kiwi on top of the cream cheese filling and cover the fruits with more frosting. Add the second layer of the cake, soak it with juice, and cover with cream cheese filling. Place an even layer of mandarin oranges on top of the filling and cover them with more frosting. You can use any other fruits you like, slice them thin and lay out on the paper towel to get rid of the extra juice before assembling the cake. Soak the third cake layer with juice and cover the cake with the soaked side down. Cover the assembled cake with plastic wrap and refrigerate for 4 to 6 hours or overnight. During this time, the cake will soak in all the flavor and settle a little. My cake chilled overnight and now we can start to decorate the cake. We'll start by preparing the fruits. I already washed and dried some grapes, blackberries, blueberries, mango, pomegranate and oranges. Some of the grapes I sliced in half and I prepared halves and quarters of orange slices. I also have some mint leaves to add green color to my fruit composition. Of course, you can use any other seasonal fruits you like. Next, we'll make the jelly. We'll need water, sugar and lemon juice for the syrup, and powdered gelatin and another portion of water to bloom the gelatin. Add the smaller portion of the water to the gelatin powder, mix very well and set aside for 15 to 20 minutes. In a saucepan, bring the rest of the water, sugar and lemon juice to a boil. Cook it for about 2 minutes, whisking all together until the sugar is dissolved and remove the saucepan from the heat. Transfer the sugar syrup to a bowl and let it cool while dissolving the bloomed gelatin. Microwave the gelatin mixture for 15 seconds, then take the bowl out and give it a stir. Repeat the process if there are pieces of unmelted gelatin. Be careful to not overheat the gelatin. While constantly stirring, pour the gelatin into the water. The water and the gelatin need to be approximately the same temperature. Strain the syrup through a small sieve to a clean bowl and let it cool to room temperature. Take off plastic wrap, adjustable ring, and cake color from the chilled cake. Using a sharp knife, carve the cake, creating a difference in height of the cake. It's totally up to you how to carve the cake and it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't forget to have a cup of coffee with all the cake scraps. Next step is to cover the open cut and the top of the cake with cream cheese frosting that we saved in the beginning and refrigerate the cake for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, in the microwave, melt a small amount of white chocolate and a piece of butter. Mix it with a spoon to a smooth consistency. Cover the cut on the cake with the chocolate mixture. This way we create a protective layer between the cake and the jelly. Then refrigerate the cake for another 15 minutes. The white chocolate coating has hardened, and now we can start to decorate the cake with the fruits. I use the same chocolate mixer to glue the fruits to the cake. Use the cream cheese frosting to glue the fruits to the top of the cake. You can use mint leaves to give the cake a final touch. Next is a very important step. We'll need to glue the cake color to the cake in order to prevent the jelly from leaking out. Pipe the frosting under the fruits. Place the cake color around the cake. Go over it with your hands to make sure it sticks well. Place the adjustable baking ring on top and adjust the ring so that it fits tight around the cake. One more step to prevent the jelly from leaking out is to secure the edges with a few layers of tape. When the gelatin has reached room temperature, pour a little bit of it in a form, filling about half an inch, then refrigerate the cake for 15 minutes. When the first layer of jelly sets, pour the second one and refrigerate the cake again. When the second layer of jelly sets, pour the rest of the gelatin and keep it refrigerated. You can also brush the fruits with gelatin syrup to give them a shine and keep them from winding up. When the jelly sets, remove the tape, adjustable ring, and the cake color. Frost the cake around the fruits with the remaining cream cheese frosting and add more fruits if needed. The cake is ready. I think you can agree with me that it's not difficult to make. This gorgeous cake can be the center of any celebration. I want to cut the cake and show you how it looks inside. Moist sponge cake, delicate filling, and a lot of fruits. Yum! I really hope that my video is useful to you and inspires you to make a jelly fruit cake. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.